It's Sarah and it's summertime. It is hot and you probably want to cool off. You probably want to go out and get wet. You might be planning vacation, wanting to go out to Disney or water parks or whatever. You might just be going outside and maybe walking around getting a little sweaty. You probably still want your makeup to look good. Might be going to a pool party and taking some pictures. And that can be a problem if you want your makeup to keep looking good. So last year when I was going to Disney, when I'm going around to the parks, I don't necessarily always worry about the makeup, but at least the last day we were going to be there, I wanted to make sure that at least some of the pictures I looked good in, because we did the whole like photo pass thing, and that was going to be like our family pictures for the year. So I decided I was going to put together a good waterproof, sort of sweat-proof makeup look, and I came up with something that I think worked pretty well. So I'm going to share that with y'all. And I tried it out again a few days ago at the water park, and I was actually really impressed with how well it stayed on. At least like the skin portion at the end of the day, and this was 8 hours at the water park. I mean, the skin was actually flawless. And the powder that I used last year, I was not super thrilled with, and I really don't think it would necessarily be the best for everyone's skin. The powder that I used last year, this was the only waterproof powder I could find at the time. It, for someone who's very fair, okay, it was, I would say, passable. And I'm not huge into powder. I wouldn't always need powder. If you're going to be out in the sun and wearing sunblock and going to be taking pictures though, you don't want to have that greasy look to your skin though. But there is something new that I am loving, and that is this. This is Urban Decay's All Nighter. This stuff is amazing. And some of the reviews, some people said that it oxidized. They didn't love it for fair skin. I did not have a problem at all. I don't think you get much more fair than I am. I'm not sure if maybe they applied it too heavily or what, but I loved this. So I'm just gonna probably not go through, I'll go through every product that I'm going to use and show you a little bit of the application, but here we go. I'm going to use the Dermacol as this. I'm going to, I always, when I'm doing my eye makeup, normally I will use Shape Tape as an eye primer. This is a very waterproof foundation slash concealer, and I initially did not do this step, but I found, and I apply it very lightly just to give some coverage, and then what is going to make the eyeshadows, and you can use any eyeshadow for this, absolutely any powder eyeshadow, because I did not want to be stuck. Generally speaking, waterproof eyeshadows are going to be cream or stick. I did not want to be stuck with that. So you're going to be able to do any eyeshadow you want. So I'm not going to really go through the eyeshadows so much. But what you're going to get is this NYX Proof It. And this is an eyeshadow base. So you don't have to do the step that I just did. I just did that because this does not offer a lot of sort of base coverage. This just is purely to waterproof your eyeshadow. That is it. It doesn't really give you a lot of color coverage as far as a base for your eyeshadows. This is purely to waterproof your eyeshadows, and it works pretty darn well. Of course, you're not going to be able to, you know, rub them and brutalize them, but it will make the color stay. Okay, for shadow, I'm going to go in with the June BoxyCharm palette, the Elamar palette. I'll take Cocoa Taxi right here and just kind of go in. And it is a bit tacky. There's not really, it skips a little bit. It makes your shadows a little bit more difficult to work with. Blending is a little bit more difficult, but it's kind of one of those things. If you want it to stay on in the water, you want to have it stick, you really have to choose your battles. And I'm gonna pat on the, oh, Celia. It has like a water drop next to it. I don't know. Does that mean something? Does that mean it's supposed to be waterproof? I don't know. Probably not. Okay, so I finished off the eyeshadow by patting the Celia on the lid, blending Tropico into the crease, and then I took from the Dream Street palette, I patted some of this one as a topper on top of the lid. And then for eyeliner, I'm really liking this little, if you just like a pencil, this is Rimmel. I will find the exact one this one is, but this is a waterproof pencil, really like for the waterline. And you can also just, if you just wanted to do a liner, I'm also trying to use as many like BoxyCharm products, because I do quite a few of those here, the waterproof BoxyCharm items, because we've been getting some of those here. So I just did my upper inner waterline, and then we also have this. If you didn't know, this is waterproof, water resistant. Used it and it came out pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm not using the brush that came with it, but I'm going to go ahead and line with this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's that. Not my best work. So this is actually the Pretty Vulgar the Ink Blacklist Gel Liner. And this was also in the one of the BoxyCharm boxes a couple months ago. Liking that a lot so far. You get a lot of product in here. Really liking that. And then I'm going to be using the Voluminous Lash Paradise Waterproof mascara. Okay, just now, because this is what I always do, and because it didn't seem to wear off or have an issue before, for my dark circles, I always take my, from my Flash palette, the kind of coral color, and color correct under my eyes. To get rid of the purple tone. And then time for foundation. And you can get this different places. I've not seen anywhere besides online that you can get it, honestly. I had to order it from somewhere in the Ukraine. So it took a little while to get here. You definitely want to warm it up and thin it out on the back of your hand, because it is a very sort of thick product and rather oily. Definitely want to powder with this, and you want to thin it down. This is, I mean, maybe not something that you want just for a casual day at the pool, and let it, you could try putting it with a sunscreen, mixing it into a sunscreen if you want a really light sort of look. I definitely suggest this if you have sort of an event type thing. You're going to a fancier sort of pool party, something where there's going to be photography and whatnot. Of course, mixing it with the sunscreen, you might get flashback. I actually I haven't really had the flashback issue. I've never noticed it in my pictures that other people have had. Maybe it's because I'm so fair and I always look like a ghost. I don't know. But I would definitely thin this down as much as possible. And going with a beauty blender, because this is a very thick, I mean, I just use this for foundation too, or concealer and foundation. And I'm thinking about doing, I have some other products that I can do waterproof looks with too, and I have a pool party coming up that I could do another look and try out some more products for you all if you'd be interested. Thumbs up if you would like that. But I'm definitely going to film and do an update on this and include it in the video. Let me just check and see how this is blending out. Okay, so I did kind of try and blend that down and get it sort of thinned out and a little more natural looking. Now, blush. Actually trying to find one that said it was waterproof was kind of difficult, but I did. I found one that did say it was waterproof. I was leaning towards just going with the Tarte Amazonian Clay blushes. I think there are some cream ones that say they're waterproof, but I did want to try and find a powder. I found, now the Tarte Amazonian Clay ones say, I think 12 hour, but they do not say that they're waterproof. The Tarte bronzers and things, and I think some of the highlighters do say they're waterproof, but not the blushes. Not sure why. I did on Amazon find these. stack of blushes say they're waterproof, and they do seem to be pretty waterproof, as long as you don't rub them. If you just get water on them, they seem to be pretty waterproof. When you get the little stack, I believe they're still available. Last time I checked, they are. I will try and link them. They seem to perform fairly well. Little bit chalky, little bit patchy, but for what they are, and they're relatively inexpensive, I don't think they're bad. It's not something that I would reach for every day, but for what they are, I think they're okay. I mean, I really do. I think they're all right for the price, and one of them broke, but I'm just gonna go with this. I mean, there's definitely color payoff there. Oh, I broke something else. But they are the Music Flower 5-color blusher. So, and I got them off of Amazon. That's, I'm gonna try and tone it down just a skosh. And then I have the Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof Brow Pencil, which I'm gonna go in with right now. And this is in taupe, I believe. Taupe. Okay, and let's see. Let's go ahead and do the powder. So what else I can find? My brush, yes. I was super impressed with this. I liked it a lot. As I said, some people with more fair skin seem to feel like it oxidized. I don't know, maybe it had to do with the foundation that they used it with. I used it with this, the one time I used it before. I did not notice that at all. I'm super fair and didn't have any sort of problem at all. That's about what I did with the powder. This is the kind of finish that I got, and it looked just very much the same at the end of the day. I will of course show that. Just because it came in my Allure beauty box, if I can find it, I'm gonna use the Kat Von D pencil. Yes, Kat Von D. It was in the box, okay? It was in the box. I have it. I didn't go out and buy it. It was in the box. Right, and that ugly thing back there is a hole that was patched with wood patch, so it's gonna get covered. This bathroom needs to be painted, so there, that's what it is. This bathroom is ugly and it needs work, so be right back. Okay, so I feel really made up for a day at the water park. Way more than I would normally put for a day at the water park. In fact, I don't normally think I would put more than maybe concealer and some waterproof mascara on for a day at the water park. But I think this would work well if you were going to like a pool party that you were going to be photographed at, or something like that. And I definitely am going to go ahead and do some video, or at the very least some pictures to show you how this holds up. And if this can hold up a day where I'm guessing it's probably going to be like at least 105, possibly 110, where I am getting sprayed in the face with water and all that craziness, then it would definitely hold up for you at a pool party, something along those lines. So I will check back with you and let you know. Okay, still at the park. I've had my sunglasses on. This is what it looks like, and we've been here, I don't know, we got here around 11 and it's after 5. There's a little bit of wear around my eyes, but I think the skin finish looks really good. It's noisy, but I've been splashed in the face a lot today. I mean, it's held up really well considering how incredibly hardcore today has been. This is not just even normal swimming. This has been really, really, really major wear on the face. So it's held up really well considering. Okay, so it's been, I don't know, like 6 hours, something like that. I think, with the exception of maybe the eyeliner, I think it's held up actually pretty well. I've got a couple other things. I've actually got tons of supposedly waterproof eyeliner to try out. I think actually the shadow held up really well. The powder seemed to hold up pretty well. I think in general, I mean, even the lip seemed to hold up pretty well. I've put some chapstick over it and whatnot, but I think this actually is pretty good considering everything that my face has gone through today. So if you like this, give it a like, a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.